Okay, having a look today at Chateau Riotor from Cotes de Provence. Trying to do my cinematographic skills a bit better because people have been complaining. It's from the massive Dumoran region in Provence, which is probably one of the most famous areas for the production of rosé. This one is owned by the Abel family, who have been making wine in CDP for 4 generations now and are really well esteemed. So it's coming from a position of a fair amount of street cred, let's say. It's mainly Grenache, then Cinsault and Syrah, but predominantly about Grenache. Have a quick look. Now, the thing about a lot of French rosé is that it's famous for the straw characteristic, this really sort of grippy, almost bone dry in many regards. And I guess that's where it separates itself largely from the New World wine experience, where many of them are showing a certain amount of sweetness and sugary component to it. And it seems to me that in maybe the last 18 months or 2 years, there's been quite a shift in consciousness amongst our expat database away from Southern Hemisphere rosé and into the high-ticket French rosés in quite a big way. But the struggle for us has been to find something that produces and really brings the thunder at a decent New World level of pricing. You know, 50s and 60s for rosé are well and fine, but for an everyday rosé, we need something that really brings something special. So that's where this Riotor sits. So strawberries, definitely, very, very fresh cherries. There's almost some almondy, almost some stone fruit in there as well, which is relatively unusual to find for this sort of thing. But there's a brightness about it, right? There's a certain energy and life to it, which many of the Provence rosés that I've been looking at, we must have tasted 20 or 30 so far, hasn't really brought that little extra something to the table. Right off the bat, it's giving you so much fruit. It's fantastic. And it's not in any way sweet, but massive ripe fruit component and characteristic. There's also a beautiful, wrapping of acid. I'm not really enunciating it really well, which seems to bring it all together in a really energetic and forward way. Yeah, I really like that. I like the fact that it's not just your stock standard strawberry flavored rosé. It's got a lot else going on, maybe a lot of rose petal nuances in the top notes of the wine, but bone dry. It's not a whole lot of hard work to drink at 13% alcohol. The colder the better. I reckon you could freeze this right on down, and it'll really be quite pleasurable. So that's a big thumbs up. Chateau Riotor from Cotes de Provence, the Abel family. Cheers.